Hi everyone, today I'm going to solve question D of 752 div 2. So let's read the question first. You know who has two even integers x and y, help him to find an integer n such that n mod x equal to y mod n. So in general we have to find an integer n given x and y such that n mod x equal to y mod n, where a mod b denotes the remainder of a after division by b, and xy could be up to 10 to the power 9 and they both are even. So first of all, let's make some test cases in this question. So let's take our first test case as when x equal to y. For example, 420, 420. When we'll be having x equal to y, then if we take n equal to x only, so then both the mods would become zero. Because if x also equal to 420, y equal to 420. If we take n equal to 420, then 420 mod 420 would be 0. Also, if we take 420 mod n, where n is again 420, it would also be 0. So when n equal to when x equal to y, then the answer would come out to be exactly equal to x only. So that would be a case 1 when x equal to y. Now, we all know that when we do n mod x, so the value of this integer, okay, wait a second. When we do n mod x, so this value would come in between 0 to x minus 1, right? Because that's how mod works. So if we have our y less than equal to x minus 1, for example, if we have example of 4 comma 2, okay, x equal to 4, so x minus 1 equal to 3, and 2 is obviously less than equal to 3. So what will happen is, if we take any number greater than 2, if we take any number from 3 to infinity, that is from greater than 2 until infinity, the mod will always come out to be 2 only. 2 mod 3 is also equal to 2, 2 mod 100 is also equal to 2, 2 mod 1000 is also equal to 2. So if we take any number greater than 2 and take a mod, we'll get the same answer only. So if we have our n greater than 2, the mod would always come out to be y only. So what we have to do is, if only and if x minus 1 is less than equal to, x minus 1 is greater than or equal to y, we can just add y into this question. Like 4 plus 2, 6, because 2 will give our mod of 2. So 4 plus 2 would be equal to 6, and 6 would be our answer. Let's take another example like 8 comma 7, right? So x minus 1 would be 7. It is greater than or equal to 7. 7 is y, and this is x, and this is x minus 1. So x minus 1 is greater than or equal to y. So we can take any n which is greater than n, and that will give a y mod n equal to 7 only. So then we have to take a value of n such that n percentage 8 would be given, n mod 8 would give us 7. So that would be just 8 plus 7, which is equal to 15. So 15 would be our answer. So if x minus 1 is greater than or equal to y, then our answer would be just n plus m. So that was the second case. Now comes the main case, the third case, and that the most interesting case. So let's take a look at this case. So we know that n percentage x, the value of n percentage x would lie between 0 and x minus 1. Now, if y is greater than this x minus 1, then that means x, wait a second. If y is greater than x minus 1, then we can't take any value of n which is greater than y, because if we take any value of n which is greater than y, then the y percentage n would be coming would be coming equal to y, which is greater than x minus 1, which is if greater than x minus 1, which is not possible because n percentage x would always lie between 0 and x minus 1. So we can't take any value of n which is greater than y, n greater than y, we can't take. So the answer would be between 0 and y inclusive. Obviously it would be 2 because our constraints are given like 2, so it will be 2. So it will be between 2 and y, the answer, if for the third test case. Now, how will we find our answer? The first process that could be, we could just brute force all the values of 1, 2 to y and just check if we are getting our answer. But that would give a TLE because y can lie up till 10 to the power 9. So that would give a time limit exceeded. So we can't do that. See, I got a TLE in the first when I tried. So we can't do that. So what would we do? So first, let me tell you observation. If we take any number, let's say, let me take a number like a is equal to 8. So if I take a series of numbers between x minus 8 till x minus 7, x minus 6 till x. In this series, if we take mod of all these numbers, we'll get a set from 0 to 7 inclusive. And that is an observation because I mean if you take numbers from 2 to 9, for example, so for 2 you'll get a mod of 2, then for 3 you'll get mod of 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, then 0, and then 1. So you'll get a set of 1 to 7. And why I'm telling that is because, for example, let's take a test case of x equal to 8 and y equal to 28. X minus 1 equal to 7, which is smaller than 28. So this is case 3. Now, if we take, so we have already proven that the value of n would be between 2 and y, right? So, if we start with 28 and we take n 8 numbers, sorry, see, for x equal to 8, so we'll be taking x numbers 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 20, 21. We 22 until 21. We know that they would be set of mods from 0 to 7. If we take the mod of all these numbers, for 28 the mod would be 4, for 27 the mod would be 3, 2, 1, 0, 7, 6, 5. So we have set of mods between 0 to 7. Now what's this? So for value n equal to 28, y percentage y mod n would be 0. For this y mod n would be 1. For this our y is 28, so 28 mod 26 would be equal to 2. For y mod 25, these all are values of n in the blue font. These are values of n. So 22 and then 21 and then 7. So these all are values of y percentage y mod n. And here are the values of n mod x. So what we say is that at 26, both the values are same, and that is our required answer because at this value n mod x equal to y mod n, which is asked in our question, and that is what we have to observe. And now what do we have to observe in this question? That y percentage x was equal to 4. 28 mod 8 was equal to 4. And if we take 4 by 2 and just do 28 minus 4 by 2, it will give our answer 26. And that was the whole logic of this question. If we take another test case, for example, let's see, we can take 6 comma 16. Let's take x equal to 6 and x equal to 6 and y equal to 16. So let's make a table real quick. So we'll take 6 numbers below 16. Yeah, so 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. So we have our 6 numbers which are below 16, sorry. And then if we take n percentage n mod x here and y mod n here, So these are 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11 are values of n, right? So first let's y percentage. So our y is 16. So 16 mod 16 is 0. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, right? And now n percentage x. For n is 16, so 16% is 6. 16 mod 6 is 12, 4, 4, right? It's 4. It would give 3, it would give 2, it would give 1, it would give 0, it would again give 5. So 14 is our required answer. And how do we get that? Again, 16 mod 6 is 4, 4 by 2 is 2, and then we just do 16 minus 2, which is equal to 14, and which is our required answer. So that was the observation in the case 3. The first two cases were pretty easy to observe, but this case was somewhat tough to observe, and also you could have gotten DLE if you didn't saw this observation. And so this was pretty much the question. I'll show you the code real quick. The code was pretty easy for this question, so there's not much problem. So we'll just take our inputs. If n equal to m, which is the case 1, answer would be just n, and then return the value. If n minus 1 is greater or equal to m, then the value would be n plus 1, as we have already shown. And or if it's not, vector is not required, we'll just take m percentage n. I have taken x equal to n and m equal to y in this question, so don't get confused for these values. We'll just take y percentage x, y mod x by 2 in this, and then just subtract it from m, and that would be our answer. So that was the question D. And okay, thank you.